All right, so we got her all cleaned up a bit. We're at a spot where we could maybe do a preview. Figure we'll just go ahead and do an overview of what we got so far. Some of the plans we have, waiting on some parts to get here, got some on the shelf. Let's go ahead and go over that today, huh? So I guess we can start up front here. Obvious up top we have the LEDs, 54-inch curved bar, and a couple of LED pods just to get a little more broad, a little wider range on it. 65 bucks on eBay. If it's cheap, it's me. That's the way it goes. Shit boxes, you know. Anyway, come up here. Everybody's pretty familiar with the front bumper. We cut about 10 inches off up here and just started welding everything together. We went ahead and put the oil filter right there. Much easier to reach. It's empty when I pull it, so I don't have a big ass mess. Right here, license plate. It's in the receiver. The receiver comes out, obviously the plate comes out, and we can mount a winch up here. We got our quick connect for the winch right here. This is for our jumper cables. Just for a quick view, that's my jumper cables. Pretty heavy duty, long ass set of cables. Not much you can't jump with these babies. A lot of range too. Not having to open the hood is nice. Everybody knows we got the Spider headlight frames, and to be honest, they're okay, but they're not quite worth the money. It didn't take long for them to start leaking. The plastic on the backside's a lot softer than a stock, so that's something you're going to want to keep in mind. I wouldn't spend the money. They're like 300 bucks. You get the same thing, replica on eBay, cheaper, and the plastic is harder, which is what you want. I've actually broken these out hitting rocks. I've had them pop out, just break on the backside, so that's something to think about. I wouldn't spend the big money if you're going for something of this style myself, especially if you're four-wheeling. Shit's gonna get scratched up. You're gonna lose your seals, all that crap. They're just not worth the money to me. All right, we're gonna head on into the inside. All right, so as most of you know, my truck's pretty dirty. Usually we do a lot of wheeling, not a lot of road travel, so it needs a vacuum, but we did get her all cleaned up and wiped down. So for once, and probably the only time ever, the dashboard is clean. We got 191,000. It's a 98. Right here is the switch for my side lighting, and we got the main bar switch here, and of course the bass knob for the amplifier. Pioneer head unit, Pioneer speakers all the way around. Amplifiers right here. I intend to mount the power converter here, which is running off of this wire under the seat right now. I'd like to put it here and then make some kind of center console right here that covers everything. Maybe allows access to it, but keeps it covered otherwise. That's why the amplifier's sitting there. All my speakers are Pioneer throughout, just because they fit, they sound good, and they're a good price. We can go ahead and flip some seats, have a peek back here. Everybody's seen it, but we got to have a little bit of bump in our music. So I do have my one set of 10s I left in here, but I took the rest out just to save on weight. Getting a little older, you know, it's not really as important anymore. We got our onboard air. Soon the hoses will be secured on the back side there where the compressor's mounted. Just waiting on the mounts now. This baby's a beast. I love it. What can you say? 15 minutes, you got all four tires aired up. Less than 15 if you're airing on the trail. You know, you're looking at 10 minutes to go from 15 pounds up to 40 on all four tires. So yeah, worth the money. All right, and on the other side, behind the passenger side rear seat, we have our tool bag. We have our recovery kit. Everything is 9-ton rated. The D-rings are 8-ton rated. I did have to upgrade those. They only were 4-ton, I believe. And when our truck's 6,000 pounds and you're stuck in the rocks or the mud and pulling uphill, I'm just not comfortable with an 8,000 pounds. So I went ahead and upgraded the D-rings to 8-ton as well. We got our 2-ways. Got to have those with the spotter, vehicle, extra vehicles, whatever. Got to have a 2-way. So that's it behind the seats. We're still kind of messy back here in the back. Waiting on my hangers to secure everything back here. We'll have airline secured. We'll have my old school high lift, which I'll explain in a few minutes, secured. Maybe the tripod. I don't know if that's as important. Obviously we keep the grease gun. We got our tow ball, that's gonna get secured. The star wrench will get secured. I keep, I can't remember, 60-80 feet of cable extra, in case I need a little bit of extension, more than my tree saver strap will give me. I've got it if I need it, especially for a long pole or a long double pole. You're gonna need that extra. Then we got our winch, of course, 13,000 pounds Speedmaster. They've been around since '79. They got some pretty good products, a lot of performance products. It's a pretty nice unit. I did have to make a couple modifications inside the box in order to spin it around, because the wires were making contact too hard on the front bumper. But this is receiver mount, so I can mount it front or back. Quick connections here. These babies are high amperage. You gotta have minimum 250 on these. On your last roll, you're pulling a lot of amperage when you're pulling a big rig, even on a 13,000 pound winch. So you gotta keep that in mind. It'll list right here how much it pulls on your layers. So every layer you added of a cable, your power actually comes down. 4th layer, sometimes you're going to want to run double pull, use your snatch block and bring it back to a recovery point on your vehicle, or something close by, another tree, whatever, and then you can double that number. So that helps a lot. We have an old school high lift jack. I should get a newer one, but the truck is just tall enough. The modifications made for departure and approach angles, the truck's just tall enough that a regular set doesn't work. A regular high lift doesn't work. I use this one specifically because I can chain it up to certain items and lift that way. Lift from farther underneath the vehicle. Last but not least, we come underneath here and we got our connection for the winch in the back. Gotta have that quick connect. So that's everything. I believe we got it covered. Couple of motor mods, nothing big deal. Headers, GOTS mod, that's about it. And we got exhaust coming. We got gears coming, going to 456. Fresh suspension up, rebuilds front and back coming. So she's getting love. Thanks for watching.